Hey everybody, I'm here today to talk to you about 7 tips for driving at night and in bad weather. In this video, I'll be going over 7 simple pieces of advice that will help you if you are driving at nighttime or in weather that is not ideal, whether it's snow, whether it's rain, whether it's fog. It depends on the situation, but they'll help you in various situations. They're general safety tips for driving that will help you at night and in bad weather. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. Tip number 1 is to turn on your headlights. In most situations that I'm referring to, turning on your headlights is actually a great thing to do. Very simple and easy thing to do. You usually just flick a switch, and on a lot of modern cars, it's even an automatic feature. But turning on your headlights will allow you to both see the road in front of you better and be seen more. So headlights, generally speaking, their main purpose is to help you see the road in front of you. Your automatic daytime running lights, if your car has them, which it most likely does, the goal of those is to be seen, right? But when you are driving in the rain and in road conditions that are not ideal, turning on your headlights will allow you to see better, but it will also allow you to be seen much better. Whether you're driving in pure darkness or during the daytime hours, if, like I said, you're driving at night or in bad weather, turn those headlights on. It's an easy thing to do and it will greatly help you. Tip number 2 is to use your windshield wipers. So many people wait until their windshield is just full of rain or snow or ice or whatever the case is to turn on their windshield wipers. Listen, if your windshield is obstructed a little bit, use your windshield wipers. If it's dirty, use that windshield wiper fluid and turn those wipers on. If there's a little bit of rain on it, turn on your wipers. You don't want them to be going super fast unnecessarily because that might distract you, but turn them on to clear your windshield. Don't wait until it's too late, until you can barely see, to turn on your wipers. It's as simple as that. Tip number 3 is to top up your wiper fluid. So many people wait until their windshield wiper fluid light is on the dashboard, and then they leave it for weeks until they basically have no more wiper fluid in order to top it up. That's not safe at all. Top up your wiper fluid regularly. What I like to do is whenever I go to the gas station, I just get my wiper fluid container in the trunk and I just top up my wiper fluid. It takes like, less than a minute pretty much. It's really quick, and this way I never have to worry about being low, or if my wife is driving the car that, she's gonna be low on wiper fluid. I just don't have to worry about any of that stuff. Tip number 4, slow down. I know that you probably think you're the master driver, and I think that I'm a really good driver, but what it comes down to is this: when you're driving at night and when you're driving in weather conditions that are not ideal, you should really slow down, simply because it will greatly help you be much safer on the road. Here's the thing: if everyone on the road were to slow down when they're driving at night and in bad weather conditions, there would be fewer accidents. The problem is that some people slow down like they're supposed to, and other people continue driving at their regular speed. And that causes accidents to happen. Or they follow too closely, that causes accidents to happen. But what happens is you gotta slow down if you want to put yourself in a safer driving situation. Tip number 5 is increase your following distance. Now, your following distance is basically the distance between your car and the car in front of you. Now, if you're following too closely, here's what can happen. The person in front of you slams on their brakes for whatever reason, whether they see an animal crossing the road, squirrels running across the road, whether the person in front of them slammed on their brakes, whether anything happens, maybe something's wrong in their car, but they slam on the brakes, you're too close to them, you slam on your brakes, but you can't do it on time and you rear end them. That can cause many bad things to happen. Increase your following distance whenever the road conditions are far from ideal, or not ideal, or it's nighttime. And that's because both of those situations, whether it's raining, snowing, foggy, icy, whatever the case is, or whether you're driving at night, both of those situations can cause you to actually, struggle with regards to the safety of your car. So you got to increase the following distance of your car. You have to do that. You really have to increase your following distance. Tip number 6 is to leave earlier. What you really have to do, leave your house earlier. So many people are in a rush, and because they're in a rush, they end up making big mistakes when they're driving. So leave earlier, literally, like leave 5 minutes before, or 10 minutes or 20 minutes before you were going to originally leave. This is what I like to do. I always try to leave earlier, and then whatever I was gonna do at home, I just do it while I'm waiting in the parking lot. So let's say I'm going to work and the road conditions are not ideal, or whatever the case is, something is causing me to worry about, not driving fast. So like I wanna drive slower because it's nighttime, because, it's raining, because it's snowing, whatever the case is. I know I should be driving slower and I shouldn't be in a rush. I'll leave earlier. And if I was gonna stay at home and send some emails, instead I'll just go to where I was gonna go. Let's say it's work, and then I'll wait in the parking lot and I'll send emails in the parking lot. This way I've left earlier, I've been able to drive in a not as rushed manner and so forth, and I still am doing the same, I'm still accomplishing the same things. Last but not least, tip number 7 is to make sure your brake lights are working. Your brake lights are so important because they let the drivers behind you know, and the pedestrians and the cyclists and everyone around you know, that you plan on slowing down and possibly coming to a complete stop. They will significantly decrease your chances of getting into an accident. If you look at the chances or the likelihood of getting into an accident when your brake lights are burnt out, or even one of them is burnt out, and compare it to when your brake lights are completely working, you'll notice a huge difference. And that's simply because your brake lights really help you show other drivers that you plan on stopping, which will decrease your likelihood of getting into an accident or even getting into a near accident. You don't even want to get into a close call. It's as simple as that. You don't want to get into a close call. So with that being said, just make sure that your brake lights are working. It's hard to tell because they're behind you, but what I like to do is if I park and there is a window behind me and that window shows a reflection, what I end up doing is I just push my brake pedal and I look in the window and I see the reflection of my brake lights in the window, and that allows me to know if my brake lights are working or not. That's a little trick that you can use. And that's basically it. Those are 7 tips for driving at night and in bad weather. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great car and driving videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.